Your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolfe.
Not only did we see the bursts of severe weather yesterday, but we also saw very heavy rainfall across a pretty broad area of the state line, and many spots ended up picking up anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 inches of rain in a pretty short amount of time. Our estimated rainfall from our radar estimates around 3 inches of rain had fallen across portions of Greene and into Rock counties, as well as many other spots also picking up similar rainfall amounts. Some of our rainfall reports from across the state line also include some pretty high totals. The Rockford airport picked up just under 2 inches of rain, but that was relatively low compared to some of these other numbers. Nearly 5 inches of rain in Tower Lakes. That's out in McHenry County. Woodstock as well out in McHenry County. Nearly 4 inches of rain. 3 inches of rain in Polo as well as Savannah. 3¼ inches of rain in Mount Carroll, and almost 4 inches of rain in Belvedere. Many of these spots picked up a lot of that heavier rainfall in pretty short bursts of time, and as a result, all of this rain has to drain somewhere, and eventually going to drain into our rivers, and those rivers, as a result, will start to rise. Therefore, we have some flood warnings and flood watches out for many spots. That does include the Rock River from Rock County in Wisconsin into Winnebago County in northern Illinois. And eventually, all of these rivers will recede, but if we add on any more rainfall here into the rest of the week, likely could bring those rainfall amounts and our river levels up as well. We are thankfully a lot quieter into the night tonight, actually fairly clear skies, maybe an isolated shower or two drifting into the area as we head into the early overnight hours, but otherwise not expecting a whole lot, and that's what we have a quieter picture out in Rochelle as well. Now that night has fallen, fairly still with our flagpole out that direction as well, and the calm winds along with our dropping temperatures may allow for some patchy fog to develop. Temperatures right now are in the low 70s and upper 60s, including 68 in DeKalb as well as Rochelle, 70 degrees in Sterling and in Rockford. Weather watcher Terry out in Genoa reporting a temperature of 68 degrees, a dew point of 65, and 88% humidity as those temperatures and dew points are getting a bit closer to one another. Megan out in Pearl City just a little while ago reporting 75 degrees along with 64 the dew point, fairly light winds as well, and those two things are ingredients to lead to the potential for some patchy fog to develop into the night. 61 is where we head for the overnight low, as we still expect those dew points to drop a little bit more, but it'll be a much more pleasant night than what we had last night, not only without the storms, but also much lower in the humidity. We head to 87 though tomorrow. It starts to get a bit warmer. Humidity is lagging a bit further behind, but will bring us our next storm chances as we head late into the evening. We have a couple different scenarios to talk about with our potential for storms as we get into Monday night and into Tuesday. There is going to be a lot of moisture and a lot of humidity that will be working into the area as we head into the second half of Monday and into Monday night. As a result, we could see some of these storms firing off up to our north and our northwest and diving through the area during the overnight hours into early Tuesday morning. And if these storms sideswipe most of the state line instead of moving directly through, we could then see additional activity fire off during the afternoon and going into the evening, which would then pose yet another risk for some strong to severe storms. Likewise, if we don't see much in the way of storm activity early on, it could then fire off some stronger storms during the afternoon and evening. So it will be a day to keep an eye on for recent trends even as early as that morning. 91 degrees, but that could be impacted whether or not we have storms early on in the day as well, cooling off as we head into the middle of the week before storm chances returning as we get closer to the next weekend.